just briefly for anybody listening, they opened the door, light streamed out, they heard screaming upstairs, or more specifically, Miri heard screaming upstairs. They went to go investigate a little bit. The screams were no longer heard. Yaereene has set up a rope trap, and I believe Tempus is putting down a bear trap as well.
And with no further ado, I think we're ready to go through the door. I'm going to be taking the back this time and more or less marching backwards down the hallway so that I can keep an eye on our six at all times. Who's going to be leading us?
Yaereene, would you have a better eye with traps than I would?
I'm not sure. I haven't really looked at them very much, but I can try.
All right, I'll be close behind you, though.
Okay, so you guys come up to the open door. How are you proceeding?
I'll take the middle slot and leave Katira just behind me, between me and Tempus. That seems the most reasonable, since none of my magic is working.
Well, let's be off then.
So Yaereene, Ysmyr, Miri, Katira, then Tempus.
Sounds good. Okay, Yaereene, you are leading the way. What are you doing as you come up to this hallway? As I described earlier, when you look down, both sides of the hallway are lined in grinning skulls, and you can see that it opens up into a room not too far ahead, maybe like 10, 15 feet.
Do the grinning skulls look like they could spit anything out at me? Can I investigate them before I get quite in front of them?
Sure, you can give me an investigation check on the skulls.
Oh, I can, can't I?
they look really spooky, and you feel like they're just going to jump out of the wall at you at any moment.
Okay. I go directly down the center trying to not get near any of them.
I'm going to try and investigate them because I just find them interesting.
Katira, as you're heading down the hallway here, you're looking at the skulls, and not only are they elven skulls, obviously, but you also see that they have a very faint starburst symbol etched into the foreheads.
Now that's interesting. Miri, come here. Do you know anything about the starburst symbol in that skull? Is there anything about it? Is it a ward, a sigil?
I'm assuming this is a religion check.
It was on the tombs or the alcoves, wasn't it? The one for Sharrow?
Yep, it's exactly the same as the one that you saw for Sharrow.
Then that's basically what I'm going to assume it means. Although, if you want me to make a religion check, I will be happy to make a religion check.
You can if you want.
Go for it.
Yep, your best guess is that it's the same starburst symbol that you saw in the last room.
So, yep, it's Sharrow's symbol. They were probably very, very dedicated to Sharrow.
Or else they were put into his service after death.
That is also a distinct possibility.
And not as comforting.
I'm not very cheerful right now seeing so many possible relatives dead around me.
All right, so what does that tell me about whether or not they would have been put into service after death?
You're not really familiar with the tenets of Shuro, so you're not sure if these were followers in life or sacrifices after death. Who knows?
Okay.
Well, we can assume something godly is ahead then. Shall we continue, keeping an eye out?
I
Yes.
think that's our best.
And Katira, can you try and not make quite so many disturbing suggestions? We've got a lot on our mind as it is.
You just see Katira cock an eyebrow and kind of look like, really? Now?
You were the one that came up with they might have been sacrificed to sorrow after death. And that's what Miri's referring to.
I'd rather we know possibilities rather than walk blind.
None of this is sunshine and rainbows. Let's just keep going.
Indeed.
Okay, Yaereene, as you come up to the end of the hallway, in the main room, is an enormous golden starburst symbol etched in the far wall, and it appears to be the source of the light that is filling this room and spilling out into the others. There are, on the floor ahead of you, you can see a circle carved into the floor, and there are 3 alcoves in the walls.
Can I see what's in the alcoves? From the doorway?
No.
Can I check the doorway for anything that might go off on us?
Give me an investigation check.
Look at how much better that was than last time.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't see anything at all that looks remotely dangerous around here.
Cool. I'll enter the room but not cross the circle and try and see what's in one of the nearest alcove.
Each of the alcoves, like the alcoves in the floor above, has a plaque over it, and you can see that there are items inside the alcoves as well, just like the ones upstairs.
Any obvious symbols on these ones?
They don't have doors on them to have symbols, so no.
What sort of items can I see without entering an alcove?
One of them you can see what appear to be stone tablets. The other one has a couple of bronze bits of metal that you can see, and the other one has a bag.
Okay, what do you guys think? Has anybody else followed me into the room?
Ysmyr was right behind you.
Presumably all of us have entered the room at this point. You said that everything was illuminated with bright light. What appears to be throwing the light?
The golden starburst symbol that's etched into the wall on the far end of the room appears to be the source of the light.
I'd like to go have a look at that.
Okay, so there's 3 alcoves, there's a circle in the room, and there's the glowing star, right?
That's right.
If everyone wants to look around, be cautious. This looks like some sort of, I would assume, religious praising room or something.
So a perception check is a good idea?
What are you looking for, Miri?
I wanted to get a look at the light source, and then I was going to take a look around the room. If this is a hall of worship, I want to get a sense for where the priest stood, where the other worshippers stood. What rites would be performed here?
Okay. Give me a religion check on that.
Ysmyr would like to avoid the circle for now and check the alcoves.
I'm going to go off with Ysmyr and help her with the alcoves.
Okay, Miri, you don't get the sense that this is a room of worship. This is definitely a room where very important people to the religion of Shuro were interred. Ysmyr, you said you were checking out the alcoves?
Yes, basically I'm looking for any writing or anything that could tell us about this room or what it was for. I found a sword upstairs, so if I find something here, I'd like to know.
Sure. The first alcove has the name Jean-Affaire Snowheart, founder of the Temple of the Sun, on the plaque above that one. That's written in Elven, and that's one that has the stone tablets in the alcove. The second one says Roulier Bladesing, builder of the Great Hall, and that's the one with the bronze metal pieces in the alcove. And the last one is Paline Goldleaf, first treasurer.
Okay, these look like they're for the founders of the temple.
They do at that, but which one is going to be the most advantage? Money, materials, or an architect?
In the midst of all this careful deliberation, Tempus has decided to do science at the magical circle and is poking at it with the end of his halberd.
Before you do that, Tempus, I want a perception check. Okay, sure. You go up to the circle and poke it, and nothing happens.
Can anyone read these magical writings?
I'll take a look at it. Is it elfish?
I'm going to need an Arcana check, actually.
Can Ysmyr take a look as well?
Absolutely. Okay, Tiara, you're looking at this and you can tell it's some kind of magical language, but you're not 100% sure what it's trying to say. Ysmyr, you take a look at it, and you recognize that some of the runes in this are not only the typical language used for creating spell scrolls and writing magical spells in books and stuff, but there are also some draconic runes thrown in there.
I can read Draconic. Can I tell what they
I
say?
can too.
Yeah, it says, light seal the dark, may the dead stay at rest, life continue forward, do not give in to undeath's temptations.
She would read that out for everyone.
After hearing that, I go, I think my guess in the hallway is wrong. There's no way with all this positive and protecting the dead, etc., and letting them rest, would it those have been sealed into service after death?
And I think that was sort of what I was getting and why I told you to shut up about it.
I just give it an audible sniff and look away.
I'm sorry, that came out wrong. I apologize for being cross with you.
Curtly nod. Ryan, I want to go and investigate the one that has the bronze, the materials. I'm kind of curious just exactly what's going on there.
Okay, you take a closer look at the bits of bronze, and it looks like there's what appears to be a hammerhead and a chisel, both decorated with leaf patterns.
Does it look like their wood handles is rotted away, or is it just the heads and no sign of any decay?
Yeah, if there was ever a handle with this hammer, it's long since rotted away.
This writing reads like a riddle, but also a spell. Light sealing the dark, keeping the dead at rest, and life continuing forward. I feel like it's connected to the light of that star on the wall and pressing on, I guess.
And I feel like we don't want that light to go out.
All right, then can we see an exit?
Only the one that you came through.
I don't know how we continue forward then.
Walk into the circle.
Can I go see if there's anything on the light?
Tempus is going to misinterpret Ysmyr's words and is going to walk into the circle.
No, she would. Would he have to walk past her?
Tempest, first I want a perception check.
Can we copy down those words, both the way they are written and as they translate?
If someone has a way to write them down, I can write it down.
Mary's going to start going through her things to see if she has a book and a writing implement. I don't remember what all is in a priest pack.
Let me check, and you can write it down. Priest's pack includes a backpack, a blanket, 10 candles, a tinder box, an alms box, 2 blocks of incense, a censer, vestments, 2 days of rations, and a water skin. Nothing to write with.
I'll remember, and I know how to write it, at least.
Well, if we don't mind the time, do you want me to try and identify the circle?
We have enemies behind us that may come upon us at any time. I'm not sure that we have enough time for that. I believe we must take action and quickly.
Tempus, I think we can keep our enemies at bay pretty easily by blocking the door.
And as you say that, Tempus is suddenly engulfed in magical darkness.
Can I see anything?
Yes, since you can see through magical darkness, you see a ghoulish figure at the far end of the hallway.
How far does the magical darkness come in?
It's not actually pushing into the room at all, but because Tempus had been standing guard, listening for trouble and failing miserably, the darkness is just like, the edge of it is just where he was standing, so you're not sure how far back it goes.
Okay. Ysmyr is going to surge forward, and she'll be like, Tempus, it's me. And she'll grab him and pull him back. I see the ghoulish figure in there.
I throw a quick bardic inspiration on Tempus. So that's a 1d6 that you can use.
Are there words of alarm enough for me to fly into a rage?
Ysmyr has warned you that there's something behind you and is grabbing you and pulling you into the light. So first I need to deal with that. Are you willingly going with Ysmyr into the light, or what's your reaction to that?
Let me roll a dice. Evens, I go with her. Odds, I'm going to push her off. I push her off.
And she would instantly smack him and be like, listen to your war leader and get out of the dark.
Resist the temptation of the darkness.
Can I cast light?
Nope.
So my powers are still not working.
Nope. Okay, so Tempus, you are still in the darkness.
I ready my crossbow.
Ysmyr, you're still seeing this ghoulish figure kind of standing back, and he appears to be able to see through the darkness just as well as you can. And he kind of locks eyes on you and moves back and forth.
She's just going to talk loud enough for everyone to hear her, and she's going to be like, I can see him. Tempus, I need you to come back to us so you're not in the way so I can keep watching. He's not coming in yet. He's just walking back and forth.
Ryan, would I have had enough time to enter into a rage at this point?
Yes, if you want to get angry, you can get angry.
I'm being told not to, and she's got some very compelling reasons, so I'm chomping at the bit, but weapon at the ready, I'm slowly going to back up.
Okay, Tempus backs out of the darkness.
Patience is part of being a warrior as well, Tempus. Just wait.
Abomination, come and face me!
I'll keep an eye on this thing. The rest of you figure out what we're doing in here.
Ryan, I'm going to touch the circle, and I'm just going to use cast identify and use the first level spell slot.
Okay, you cast Identify on the circle, and it is not magical.
Whatever this is, it's not magical.
Can I look at the circle of light and see if I can discover anything about it?
The starburst symbol in the wall?
Yep, because you said it was glowing.
The starburst symbol in the wall is glowing. If you want to take a look at that, you can give me an investigation roll.
Best yet.
Yeah, it's the symbol is carved into the stone and filled with what appears to be like a gold leaf type of thing. But you're not seeing any signs of what would make it magical just from an investigation of it.
So I can't tell what's making it make light, correct?
No, you can tell that the light is coming from the gold itself, but how, you're not sure.
Thank you.
At this point, I would like to shoulder my backpack off behind me, drop my halberd to the ground, pick up one of my javelins, and ask Ysmyr to point me in the right direction as I prepare to throw it through the darkness.
I'll point you, but don't throw it until I say.
But will you say right now, please?
Like he wants to throw it right now?
Oh yes, I'm looking to just give him a warning shot across the bow. I've just taken a shot in the dark.
Do you think you won't piss him off?
I'm counting on it.
I don't want to fight if we don't have to. We need time to figure this out.
Well, the problem is he just a scout that's going to scamper back and bring more?
I can't tell. He's just walking back and forth right now.
Does he look like he's staying away from the light?
He's on the other end of the hallway we came through. He's staying in the darkness. I don't think he likes the light, and if we think on the riddle, it doesn't like the dead either.
To fight the darkness, light. For the darkness comprehendeth it not.
Light seal the dark, may the dead stay at rest. Life continue forward, do not give in to undeath's temptations. Work with that.
I can't light anything.
Ysmyr, you see this ghoulish figure start coming forward, and he's spending about half of his time looking at you and half of his time examining the wall of skulls.
Does he look intimidated by the skulls?
Ysmyr could give me an insight check.
Can I light one of my arrows on fire?
Ysmyr, you get the sense that he's not intimidated. He's examining each of them carefully. Miri, you don't have specific fire arrows. Like, you'd need ones that are properly prepared for that kind of thing.
All right, Ysmyr would be letting the others know he's coming forward, but he's studying all the skulls. Maybe they have something to do with this. Tempus, the door is here.
I'm going to take the fact that he's coming forward as my okay to attack. I'm launching a javelin through the darkness.
Is he handling them, or is he just examining them?
He's studying them very closely.
I'm getting concerned that he may be looking for a switch.
Okay, it doesn't matter. I was going to say Tempest rolled disadvantage, but you miss anyway. You can hear the javelin clattering down the hallway, and you hear this wheezing chuckle.
Well, if I heard a chuckle, that means Homeboy just gave away his position. Popping up my halberd and seriously, one last look at Ysmyr and just saying, please, please, please let me engage.
Not when he can't see him. Is anyone figuring out this riddle yet?
I'm gonna shoot an arrow at the laughing because no, I can't figure out the riddle. I can't get my magic to work. The best thing I can do is shoot the thing.
All right, give me an attack at disadvantage.
Could this starburst symbol move or open in any way?
You poke and prod at it, but it's just a solid etching in the wall. Like, there's nothing, no moving parts to it.
How about the circle on the floor?
Again, there's no moving parts there either. Miri, you miss.
Okay, I'm gonna go back over to the starburst and see if I can get anything from it.
Or everyone, we could step in the circle. Tempus, if you want to be ready in case he comes close to it, you can be braced to hit.
I'll do exactly that, assuming a defensive posture with my halberd in hand, ready to hit whatever comes through that darkness. Also note that I do have a 10-foot reach with it, I have a 5-foot reach with the halberd, so...
Do we want to all go in together?
Sounds reasonable.
Sure.
Okay, you all step into the circle of runes, and nothing happens. Although, Ysmyr, you see in the darkness, this ghoulish figure has continued closer, and you see him pause, and he pulls something out of a pouch at his waist and starts fiddling with one of the skulls.
All right, he's going for one of the skulls.
That's not good.
It might be worth going then. It might be worth fighting him.
I think we can't let him do what he wants to do.
So you're gonna unleash the beast?
She'll shoot an eldritch blast at him.
Okay, that's a hit. All right, as your eldritch blast slams into him, you see him recoil, and he hisses and flees.
That was easier than I thought.
Do we let him go, or do we kill him?
I want to go see what he was fiddling with, but I don't want to chase after him.
Yes, I think chasing after him would be a waste of energy. But let's definitely go investigate what he was messing around with.
The darkness remains.
All right, I'm going to go back over to the sunburst and see if I can figure out a way to turn it up.
I will go look at the skulls, but it might be best if someone comes with me just in case.
I'll go with
you.
Ysmyr. Oh, go ahead.
As will I.
We're all in the same space. Just shout loud if you need it.
Okay, I think that both Yaereene and Katiara are going with Ysmyr, so team split the party will stay in the main chamber, myself and Miri. I'll walk up to the sunburst and tap it with a fist, like just a little knock knock.
Okay, there's no reaction from the glowing starburst to any of your manhandling. Ysmyr, you have Yaereene and Katiara blindly following you into the darkness. What are you going to do?
She's going to lead them carefully and basically be like, if I tell you to, go back to the room, but at least this way you'll hear if I get hit. And then she's going to go into the darkness and go to the skull that the ghoulish creature was studying. Maybe see if he dropped that thing he was holding. But her main focus is going to be the skull and what he was looking for.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Not the best rolls today.
No, but you know the general area of the skulls he was looking at, but You're having a hard time figuring out exactly which skull out of all of these skulls he was actually looking at. Miri and Tempus, what are you guys doing while Ysmyr's checking out the wall?
I'm going to be going from alcove to alcove, walking into them, seeing if there's anything inside each of the alcoves, and just generally shuffling about a little bit moodily because I didn't get a chance to fight.
Pretty much same thing. I don't really want to make an investigation roll. I'd rather make a perception roll, but I'm kind of investigating everything.
Yeah, you guys don't have to give me investigation rolls, but you see the same things that I mentioned before. There are stone tablets inside one of the alcoves, and then the bronze hammerhead and chisel, and then a bag in the third one.
Looking at the stone tablets, can I read them at all?
No.
What's in the bag?
You don't know.
May I open it?
Of course you can.
What kind of roll do you want?
Oh, there's no roll. The bag's just sitting there, and you open it up, and it appears to be empty.
Can I figure out what it might have held originally?
All right, like, are you going to pick it up and like check it out, or how are you going?
Yeah, I mean, if I have as much time as whatever until they finish whatever investigation they're doing over there, I am going to pick this up, play with it, see if I can figure out what is the bag made of, etc.
The first thing you notice when you pick it up is that it's quite heavy. It actually weighs 15 pounds.
Is this made of chainmail?
No, it appears to be just a fine leather sack.
A leather sack, and it's not deteriorated?
Nope, it is in perfect condition.
I imagine this is some sort of magical object for it to weigh 15 pounds and contain nothing.
Do I hear her ruminating about this?
I don't know, Miri, are you talking aloud about what you're doing, or are you just fumbling around with it?
I'm probably mostly fumbling around with it, but I probably did exclaim, "Good heavens, why is this so heavy?"
Well, isn't there something in it?
There doesn't appear to be anything in it.
Well, then it's invisible.
All right. I'm going to reach in and feel around.
Okay, you reach your hand into the bag, and you can immediately feel your fingertips brushing against coins.
Wait, I just found a bag of holding, didn't I?
I don't know. Did you?
Well, whatever this is, we're taking it with us because, yeah, I'm going to pull out a couple of those coins for a closer look.
Ysmyr is still looking for the skull and looking in the area for whatever it was.
Okay, Miri, you pull out a couple of copper pieces, and Yaereene, give me another investigation roll.
Or Ysmyr?
Ysmyr, sorry. Got my Y's confused there.
Oh, darn, I actually did well that time.
Yeah, too bad you're blind.
I matched at least.
I helped give you luck for that.
Yeah. Okay, so you're peeking around this wall, and you do find a skull that is different from the rest of them in that it doesn't have a starburst symbol on the forehead.
Okay, can I pull it out?
It is stuck in the wall firmly.
Can I see anything holding it there? Or any, like, signs of a key needed or anything like that?
Can it be manipulated in any way?
It looks like a grinning skull, just like the rest of them, and it's just built into the wall. So it's just like part of the stone almost.
Have you tried poking it?
I'll try poking it. And maybe grabbing and turning it or anything like that.
Where are you poking it?
The forehead where the symbol has been carved on the others.
Nothing happens.
Next would be eye holes.
As you start poking around in there, the eyes flare with a green light.
Does it show in the magical darkness?
No, you guys don't see it. Only Ysmyr sees it.
Okay, she's probably letting you to know what she sees, though. Any thoughts on what I should do about that?
I don't know. It's just usually when I see green, I think corruption or poison.
Is anything else glowing nearby?
All the other skulls?
Nope, the other skulls are all just doing nothing.
I call back to the other room. Aye, we got the skull's eyes to light up. Has anything happened to the circle?
Has anything happened to the circle?
Nope.
I found some coins.
That's good for later.
Yeah, coins are not a way forward, though.
Picking up the chisel and the hammerhead, anything in particular about them that I see looking at them?
They're both covered in elven leaf patterns, but there's nothing in particular of note.
I'll pocket them for now. How much weight do you figure is on the tablets if I scoop those up?
Oh, those are big, heavy tablets. Like those are going to be like 100 pounds.
Okay. And correct me if I'm wrong, they had they already been read? Were they in Elvish or in Draconic, was it?
They have not been read.
But somebody had identified the language on it, I had thought.
I did the circle.
Gotcha. Okay, in that case then, I'm going to march into the darkness, fumbling around until I find Katiara. I'm going to give him a hearty slap on the back and say, tag in, go read the scrolls. And I'm going to take his place in the party outside and shove him back into the room of light.
Oi, oi! What am I supposed to be reading?
The stone tablets.
All right. Oh, you've got a heavy hand there, boy.
Thanks.
You hear me grumbling as I head off to the tablets.
While that's happening, Ysmyr, what are you doing?
I'm still trying to puzzle out what's up with the skull. I might, once I know what its level is on, I might move down and see if I can find another one. If I don't, then I'll come back and see if there's anything else I can poke, like its nose or whatever.
Yeah, there's still the nose and the mouth that you haven't poked around in, and but looking around the area, you're not seeing any other skulls that don't have the starburst symbol on them.
Okay, then she'd poke the nose and the mouth, and since poking works, she's trying everything, poking everything she can.
Okay, you poke your finger in the mouth, and the green eyes flare brighter, and the teeth clamp down on your finger. Please give me a Constitution saving throw.
I was waiting for that.
Ouch.
Goodbye, finger.
That looks alarming.
Really?
Oh dear.
Ysmyr, these teeth in this elven skull bite into your finger, and you can feel dark, awful magic pouring into your body. You are reduced to 1 hit point, and your maximum hit points are reduced to 1 hit point.
Oh, yay.
Do you tell us what's going on?
And when that happens, the floor nearby slides open.
Does the floor open in the darkness?
Yes.
Well, you guys are going to hear her yell and then be like, okay, something bad just happened to me, but there's a way out over there.
Are you okay?
No, I'm really not. Drag me out. Let's get out of the darkness for a minute.
Can we take her to the light?
Yeah, you can get out of the darkness.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'll leave the darkness, head on back into the light room. Has Richter had any luck in deciphering the slabs?
Yes. The stone tablets say, Sharo is great, Lord of Light, Scourge of the Undead, may his light shine forever. Battle the undead at every turn. Face death, knowing that your place in the heavens is assured. The life of an elf is short compared to the eternal beyond. Force back the darkness, for once the light is snuffed, it cannot be relit.
I share that with everybody.
Can we get Ysmyr near to the light and see if that helps?
I was just about to suggest that we go press her up against the starburst.
It has no effect.
Well, it didn't hurt.
We can't do anything about it. I feel like there was a staircase down there, and that initial riddle said for life to keep going forward. I'll just have to be more careful.
Well, I think you're in the rear, except for...
Middle might be better.
Well, if Yaereene is willing to direct Tempus, then he can go into the floor. Presumably that'll be outside of the globe of magical darkness, so once I'm on the staircase, I can see again.
I think Ysmyr has to, since I can't see in the magical darkness either.
So, sorry, what's your marching order here?
Probably from the middle-ish. Ysmyr is going to be guiding everyone to the hole in the floor.
Is everyone going in the hole in the floor? We're going to leave the starburst room behind?
I think so.
I'm bringing that bag with us.
Okay. Keep in mind that is 15 pounds, so if you're close to your encumbrance limit, that'll push you over probably.
I'm already at the encumbrance limit anyway. I might hand them to Tempus, who's, got more strength, and go, here, carry this. It's heavy, but it's worth something.
Coins aren't important right now.
Having removed the bear trap from my inventory, that puts me at 138 pounds, which is just under my double encumbrance, so I'm okay. I'll go ahead and carry that, and I will lead the way into the floor.
Do you guys want me in the front after Tempest or in the back?
I want someone who can take a hit at the back.
I'll go last.
Okay, so the order as I have it is Tempus, Miri, Ysmyr, Yaereene, Yaereene. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. So Ysmyr, you lead everybody from the middle of the group towards this hole in the floor, and Tempus, you reach the hole in the floor first.
If it's in darkness, she'd probably at least try and take a look and make sure he's not going to get hurt before he goes down, if he goes down.
Okay, give me an investigation check. As you get closer, you see that the stairs are kind of glimmering a little bit in your vision. It's magical darkness still, but the stairs appear to be slick.
Be careful going forward. The stairs look slicked up. I can't tell what it is yet.
Understood. And Tempus is going to, once he reaches sort of the drop-off of the stairs, he's going to sit down on the top step, putting his legs out in front of him, at which point I'm going to plank and slide down the stairs.
That's one way of doing it.
The rest of you just hear a giant sigh.
And you hear Tempus slide down the stairs, which, not too far away, they start to turn and curve. So Tempus, you're kind of hitting up against the wall as this spiral staircase winds its way down, and you just kind of slide into the bottom. And it's an interesting sensation because your eyes started to work about halfway down the staircase, and then as you slid into the room at the bottom, magical darkness covered the entire area, so you still can't see.
I'm going to call up to the group that about halfway down, there seems to be an area that you can see in, and that at the bottom, it's magical darkness again. And then, can I try a perception check just to see if I can pick up the smell of undeath down here?
Certainly. You don't smell the familiar smells of undeath down here, but you do smell moisture has been seeping into this room, and it's very musty and dank.
I'll call that information back up, that it's very musty and dank down here.
Well, the rest of you want to follow him?
Miri's going to use her shield as a sled.
Okay. Give me a dex check as you're going down. Like a dex saving throw.
Do I add my dex mod to that?
Yeah, it should be your... you're probably not proficient in dexterity saving throws, so it would be just your dex modifier to the d20.
Yep. Wow!
All right, so Miri, despite not being able to see anything, you get on top of your shield and you ride the stairs all the way down. Tempus, had you moved out of the way before she came down? Just out of curiosity.
Hell nah.
Okay, so you get bowled over as Miri comes slamming down these stairs, and the two of you are now in a heap on the floor. Each you take 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
Hello, Miri.
Hi! That was fun! I haven't done that in forever! We used to do a lot of sledding when we were little in the middle of the winter.
That's great. Could you take your mace out from my knee, please?
I'm sorry, let me patch that up.
Miri, now that you're down here, you also notice that it's cold. Tempest doesn't feel that kind of thing, but you do.
Okay. I pull my blanket out of my pack and wrap it around me like a shawl.
Ysmyr's gonna take a much more careful time down. But they sound alive, you two.
Excellent.
I just shake my head and put my hand against the wall and start going down the stairs.
Sorry, who's going down first? Ysmyr or Kaitiara?
Ysmyr said it first.
Okay. Ysmyr, how are you going down these stairs? You can actually see them, and you can see that they're slick.
Very carefully.
Okay. I won't make you make a deck save then. And it's actually quite slippery under your feet as you step down, and there's no railing, but going slowly and keeping your hands on the walls, you manage to make your way down without hurting yourself. Hooray!
Yay, because that would have been bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it won't take much to do twice your maximum hit points right now.
Okay, do I have to do a dex save or?
Well, it is dark, magically dark. So yeah, I'm gonna make you make a deck save. Unless you're gonna do something like Tempus or Miri did.
They warned that it was slippery, right?
Yeah.
I am going to heave an even bigger sigh and go down on my butt and just keep scooching my way down while keeping my hand against the wall.
Okay. You carefully scooch your way down the stairs, and you're fine at the bottom. And that leaves Yaereene.
Oh, we're doing the butt down the stairs plan. Yep.
Sounds
I
good.
glare at everybody and I say, we'll never talk of this again, right?
Maybe.
So just outside of this room, you guys can see, and inside the room, you can't. Ysmyr, because you can see through magical darkness, what you see is a room lined with enormous skulls, just absolutely huge. They appear to be humanoid in shape. There are also large bones that line the corners of the room, like arm bones and leg bones, but they're so much larger than anything elven or human. And you see down here 3 alcoves.
All right, I'll let the others know what I'm seeing. It feels kind of like what was upstairs in reverse, in a way. None of you can see, though, can you?
We must force back the darkness, according to the riddle.
I'm trying my light spell again.
No luck.
Eventually, I'll get to the point where my magic works. Hopefully. Eventually.
Okay, I'm going to crawl around on the floor on my hands and knees looking for one of these alcoves.
Ysmyr can just lead everyone to them.
I prefer to crawl, thank you.
I'll let you lead me.
Yaereene is smarter than Tempus.
Who wants to go in?
I do.
I do.
I think that's the entire party heading into one of the alcoves, so assume the normal marching order. Tempus first, Yaereene in the back, Ysmyr in the middle, and Miri and Kaitiara bookending Ysmyr.
Okay, so you head into the dark room. Ysmyr, at the first alcove that you come across, there is a sign in Elven above it that says, Yonorel the Abominable, who slew Jennifer Snowheart before elven forces arrived to end her reign of terror.
Okay, she's reading that out for everyone.
That doesn't sound so good.
With my fascination with the old tales, is there any chance that that kind of jogs a memory?
You can give me a history check. Nope.
Do I see anything in the alcove?
In the alcove, you see an old rusted spiked armor set.
Okay, what the others know about that? Should I check on it, or do we want to wait on that and continue on? She's asking.
Tempus will say, well, why don't we check on it later? And then he'll try and stuff it into that backpack that Miri gave him upstairs.
Okay. Then she'll go to the next alcove and the next alcove.
Anything special when I shove that armor into the backpack there, Ryan?
Just a second, I have to read up on that. Oh no.
Did we blow up the universe?
No, that would have required another bag of holding or a portable hole or some other kind of dimensional space. However, the bag has been overloaded when you try to shove that in and ruptures, and everything in it is scattered across the astral plane.
You broke the bag.
Oh, darn.
So you broke the bag and now we've lost everything that was in it? We didn't even have a chance to explore what was in it.
This is why I say patience, people.
Well, at least we won't miss anything because we never had it.
Oh.
But on the other hand, you still have the rusty spiked armor because it wasn't technically in the bag.
Well, odds are it's too heavy for me to carry. Who wants it?
Rusty spiked armor, is it useful? The coins might have been useful.
What's done is done, though.
After a few moments of silence, Tempus is going to just say, I'm very, very sorry, but meh, the Jagged Tusk really don't care about material items, so I think that all of you could maybe learn something about not getting too attached to material items. I'll toss the armor into the middle of the room where we can retrieve it later. What's in the next alcove?
Such a great response. Okay, so Ysmyr, in the second alcove, you see another plaque over it that says, Terracinus the Poisoner, who was responsible for killing everyone in the town of Silva by polluting the well with zombie blood.
And she repeats that. And it will mention what she sees in the alcove, but there's a distinct don't touch along with that.
Yep, you see two rusty old daggers.
Okay. If there's nothing that really stands out about them right now, she'll move on for the moment.
They look like back in the day, they would have been very fine weapons with serrated edges and skulls worked into the handle and the hilt, but now they don't look like much. The third alcove says Yaereene the Dreadful, whose mangled visage struck fear into all who faced him, and inside you find a rusty spiked helmet.
Okay. So that's all there. Was there another ring in this room, like upstairs, or not so much?
No.
But there were all the skulls and bones. There was nothing else, right?
Not that you've seen, no.
Okay. Can she take another good look around now that she's actually in the room?
Absolutely. You do note the magical darkness doesn't appear to be like the magical darkness upstairs, where it was a globe of darkness that appeared, but rather that one of the large skulls in the room is emitting subtle black puffs out of its nose and mouth that are creating this magical darkness.
Okay. She'll mention that to everyone.
We stuff something up its nose?
I'm not poking anything's noses right now.
At that suggestion, Tempus will jam the haft of his halberd up its nose.
She's not telling him where it is. Just said there is one so far. Just
I
pointing
strike
it
the
out.
darkness.
Such a great reference. Attack the darkness. Without knowing where this skull is, you don't even really have a chance of hitting it with your halberd. So you're just kind of swinging around in the dark.
Light seal the dark. May the dead stay at rest. Life continue forward. Do not give in to undeath's temptations. Do we have any? We could plug it up. I just don't. I think we need a good way. I think we need a good way to do it.
Would you tell me where it is? Because I think I've got an idea.
I suggest us not sticking any of your limbs in there.
Nope, I've got this. Trust me.
And the long pause is amusing.
Before she does that, she's going to take a better look at that skull just to make sure there's nothing that might hurt Tempus.
Okay, give me an investigation roll.
Never mind.
Yeah, it just looks like a really big skull. Nothing scary about it, other than it being a really big skull.
All right, just you can't see it, so be careful.
Using the hammer and the chisel, I'm going to try driving the chisel into the skull.
Okay. You see, well, Ysmyr sees a crack form in the skull, and black puffs come out of the crack as well as from the nose and the mouth.
That made it worse, Tempus.
Did it make it worse? Is there any visible sign of those black puffs being harmful?
They make the darkness.
There hasn't been any harm to any of you from the darkness, no.
Well, we can either break the skull and hope that eliminates the darkness, or we can try lighting it on fire. What do people think?
Although I will say that as Tempus considers whether or not there was any harm from that, looks inward, you are feeling remarkably thirsty again, and the group is out of water.
I'm a little bit annoyed with my weakness, but okay, I'll just keep that in mind to have a nice big drink when we're out of here.
Can you give me a Constitution saving throw, please?
That would be the first one. I tried typing it twice.
You try to shrug it off, but you're really feeling the effects of this thirst, and you have 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay, noted.
Does anyone have any fabrics or something we can plug this hole with?
Tempus will strip off his clothes and stuff all of them into the various gaps of the skull.
Okay.
Miri's in for a surprise when if this works.
So
Miri is currently wearing her blanket as a shawl. She could give some of that up.
oh no, that's too late. Tempus has already jammed it. But to answer your question, Katira, yeah, the Bardic Inspiration is gone. It's been a while that you guys have been fumbling around in the darkness here. Tempus, it actually works, and the darkness lifts.
Brilliant as always, war leader.
All right. Well, at least I'm not the only one who can see this.
What?
Close! You're not supposed to run around naked. It's cold out.
It's for the greater good, Miri.
But it's cold out. And you're not wearing any clothes, and it's not polite.
It's really not that cold.
Oh, I needed a laugh. All right. Well, other than Miri, anyone else notice anything?
Tempus is naked.
I mean, other than that.
All right, Miri will go explore something where she can't see Tempus.
Can we see now?
Yes, everybody can see now. The room is just regular dark.
Tempus, why is your solution always to strip down?
Because it always works.
That's a great answer.
I shrug and I kind of go, well, can't argue with that.
I would assume that Tempus was successful in making the light seal the dark. Now that it's not dark, is there anything else in the room, like a plaque like upstairs or anything like that?
You guys can give me investigation checks.
I am back to my regular skill at this.
So yeah, you guys take a look around the room. Other than the giant skulls and the extremely large bones at the corners of the rooms, And the 3 alcoves, you don't see, and you don't find anything else.
So this is another dead end?
Looks like it, yep.
We might consider going back upstairs to see if anything has changed.
Tempus, are you alright?
Fine, thank you.
You're sounding awfully hoarse.
No, I'm not.
Oh, I
You
like the
are.
fact that saying no makes it go away.
Yes, it does.
I know better than to argue with an orc. I just keep quiet.
I mentioned how becoming a liability could be a problem for the entire group. Remember that, Tempus. If there is a problem, you have to let us know.
And when there is a problem, I surely will.
Well, you sound like you have a sore throat.
Nope.
Light, seal the dark. May the dead stay at rest. Life continue forward. Do not give in to undeath's temptations.
Oh, I'm going to put the spiked armor back where it belongs.
Okay.
If there's nothing else here, I guess we do go back up.
We can't put the exploded bag back where it came from.
Nothing we can do about that. But that came from the light room, not down here.
Well, if there's nothing more to find here, then we may as well go back upstairs, gather whatever we can, and head onwards.
Ryan, is Tempest close enough in size to me that my no longer used set of leather armor might fit him?
You're taller than him, I think you said.
And I will absolutely refuse to wear armor because it will interfere with my various barbarian bonuses. But I'll thank you. I will take a blanket and I will drape it around my shoulders and say, "There, fixed it."
All right, so we're heading back up. Unless there's one more search, I don't know what else to do.
I think we've already searched as much as we can here, and there's nothing to find, really.
Well, now to see if the seal in the darkness down here did something for the light up there.
Let's check that.
Yep, let's head back upstairs, and somewhere along the way, perhaps we can find some pants for Tempus.
I guess we're going back up.
Same marching order as before. Tempus in the lead, Yaereene at the back, Miri and Katiara bookending Ysmyr.
Okay, Tempus, please make a dex save.
Now, this would be considered an ability check, no?
It certainly would.
So with my first level of exhaustion, I'm doing that at disadvantage, aren't I?
Yes, you are.
Using my 1 dexterity modifier, that gives me a 10.
Which is enough. You manage to make your way up these slippery stairs back up to the hallway, which is no longer magically darkened. Miri, dex save, please.
Boom! I land on my butt.
You start to climb the stairs, but you're just not having any luck finding any purchase on them, and you only make it up a few feet before sliding back down to the bottom.
And I land on my butt.
Yep.
Can I try again?
Yes, you can.
Ysmyr, please make it on the first try.
We'll see.
There we go.
There you go, Miri. Taking your time a bit better that time, and you make your way up to the top of the stairs without falling down. Ysmyr, dex save, please.
Yes!
You're fine. Next up is Katiara.
I decide I don't care about my pride, and I'm going to go the reverse way back up, sliding up step by step on my butt.
You make it up the stairs, no problem. And last but not least is Yaereene. Oh no.
I'll keep trying, but these stairs are tricky.
You think you've got them. You're all full of your elven confidence. This is no big deal, and you get almost to the top when you slip and tumble all the way down, taking 8 falling damage.
But look at this. After 12 damage, I've got this.
Bruised ego aside, you manage to make your way up to the top of the stairs.
Yeah, that hurt.
Is the darkness still at the top of the stairs?
No, the magical darkness at the top of the stairs is gone.
I am no longer somebody who can take a good hit, by the way.
I'd like to take a quick look around and make sure that ghoul's not there.
Give me a perception check.
Sorry, that should be +1, so it's only 23. 12 or 13. Jeez, why did it do that? Sorry, I read the wrong thing. Sorry, no, that should have been 21. I didn't realize you had typed something in.
Yeah, I'm just saying you don't see any sign of the ghoul. And so you guys are up in the hallway.
Back into the chamber that we had originally found the bag and the chisel and such. Is anything in there look different?
The room looks the same as it did before. But Miri, I sent you something.
I'm gonna go walk up to the starburst that's emitting light and put both my hands against it and lean my forehead against it and just begin a basic prayer silently.
Ryan, do I see any change in either the circle or the starburst that I can discern?
It still looks, everything in this room looks exactly the same. Miri, you walk up to the starburst and put your forehead against it, and it's still the same feeling.
Miri, are you all right?
You don't get an immediate response.
Then Ysmyr's going to wait patiently. And I guess everyone else just keep an eye out for the ghoul or anything else, and we'll wait for her.
Actually, I go up to Miri and just put my hand on her shoulder, give it a squeeze, and say, I know it can be frustrating.
I shrug your hand off.
I just sigh.
Give her about 5 minutes and she'll be done.
Someone make Tempus a toga, please.
Tempus will sigh deeply and will remove the blanket from his shoulders and tie it around his waist in a something approximating a kilt or a skirt.
Thank you, Tempus.
All right, finished with her prayer, Miri turns and looks at the rest of everybody and says, all right, what should we do now?
Question for you, Miri. What was your prayer?
Just her basic morning prayers. She sort of decided she was going to talk to the sun, ask for guidance on her journey, for assistance in sealing away the undead and finding the path forward so that she could help her friends and help her people and to continue the cause of the light.
Tossing this out there, out of game, this starburst symbol, I think by looking through all of the different things that we've seen, we figured out that that's the symbol of Shiro, the god that we've seen referenced throughout this temple a couple of times. Were you praying to Fultus, the god of light, or were you praying to Shiro?
I was praying to the sun in general. I believe that there are many gods that the sun has been embodied of Fultus, Shiro, Palor. There's a lot of different aspects of the sun, and I do see myself as worshipping all of them in various degrees. Fultus is my primary patron, but I know that Fultus is currently locked up. And I know that this is an aspect of Shiro. So my prayer was directed at the sun, Shiro, ancient sun, and every other variant of the sun. Yes, I realize that was long-winded and stuff.
Well, no worries about that. If there hasn't been any kind of motion in the room or any kind of differences that we found, then gives us two options. We can either keep poking around down here, or we can try heading back up. Did Ysmyr tell everybody what happened when she was messing with the skulls?
Oh yeah, she told you all she's not doing well and feels like she could basically die at any moment.
Okay, so if I go over to the skull, is it still glowing green light?
No.
Did it stop when it bit Ysmyr, or did it stop while we were downstairs?
It stopped since you went into the room with light.
I'm going to take my halberd and jam it into the eye socket of any skull on the wall at random.
Nothing happens.
Gonna move to the next skull and continue jamming eyes. Gonna do them first left eye, then right eye, and continue going through all of them.
All right. What's everyone else doing while Tempus is spending a great deal of time stabbing eyes?
Oh, I was waiting for Miri.
I'm going to go get those tablets and add them to my bag.
They weigh 100 pounds.
What do you need, Miri?
I was told to bring these with me.
By whom?
She gestures at the sunburst and says, by one of the sun gods.
Hey, a god talked to you? I thought they weren't doing that.
They hadn't been. But I felt this when we came back up here. I felt the sense, the presence of a god.
Could you try casting a spell?
All right, I try casting light.
Nothing happens.
My magic's still not working.
And they want you to take these really heavy tablets?
Yes, I think we need them for something.
Where do they want you to take them?
Let me go and ask. Let's prepare to bring them with us, and I'll go ask. And I will ask specifically if I can have some assistance in healing you.
Or a couple of us?
Yes, specifically, I need my power of healing back in order to set things right. Give me a few more minutes to talk again to the god. And I'll go back over to the sunburst and resume my prayer position. And I'm going to ask specifically where the tablets need to be taken and what I can do to heal my comrades so that we can move forward and stop the darkness.
There's no answer to your prayers.
All right, so whatever was available is no longer available. They were able to touch for a moment, but that time is gone. Okay, so Miri turns and shakes her head. The connection is lost. I think our best bet is to go after that day star, and I think that might be what we need the tablets for.
I think maybe we should see if we can find that ghoul on the way out, too.
I'd rather just get out right now. If we can get the tablets from Miri, we do have a cart outside.
Yes, and whatever else we can bring from here. Since there's no one left living here, we're free to take whatever supplies might be even remotely useful and bring them with us. So I vote we return to the temple itself and gather anything we can find that might be even remotely useful and then prepare to leave. We should probably be able to find enough cloth to make Tempus some pants.
Well, let's focus on getting these tablets first. Tempus, can you stop poking at the skulls and come help?
Of course, War Leader. You said before that the tablets are incredibly heavy, and at present, I'm like about 12 pounds away from being completely encumbered. So, how heavy do you think one of these is? Can I drag it on the ground? Can I pick it up at all?
There's 2 tablets that are 50 pounds each.
So how do I find...
My carrying capacity is 240 before I am unable to start moving. So, yeah, okay. I'll pick both
How
of
do
them
I
up.
find my carrying capacity?
Your carrying capacity is 5 times your strength score before you become encumbered, and it's 10 times your strength score before you are heavily encumbered.
Thank you.
Okay, maybe dial it back again then. I think that D&D Beyond is going off of vanilla rules, and I think we might have been using different rules for Ryan. So if that's the case, I'm carrying too much to carry both of these tablets then.
D&D Beyond has a setting so you can take off the vanilla rules.
I'll figure that out at another time then. Is the push drag rule still consistent that it's double my carrying capacity, Ryan?
I believe so.
Because then I can push and drag these, I just can't carry them. So I don't know, do they look robust enough that I'm not worried about dragging them on the ground and worrying about chipping them?
Could somebody take some of your current gear? Like I can carry some more that would free you up.
We can rearrange things.
I'm already encumbered.
I'm skirting the edge.
I'm encumbered, but not heavily encumbered. But I could carry some of Tempus's gear to help free up some space.
Okay, I've gotten rid of the 15-pound ruined bag of holding, both figuratively and literally, unfortunately. So what I can then do is if I hand off my explorer's kit and my rations, that should get me to the point where I can carry both of these. Now that's 1 second, bear with me.
We only need to do this up until we get back up to the surface, and then we can reorganize things, and we have that cart.
Yeah. So Ysmyr will carry some stuff, whatever she needs to get us up there.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pass off the 20 pounds of rations that I have to Ysmyr. It'll encumber her, but she can still carry it. I'll give my 59-pound explorer pack off to Yaereene. Again, she'll be encumbered, but she can carry it. And then I will take the 2 tablets.
I can't carry an extra 59 pounds.
Beg pardon then.
It's 10 times strength?
I could take the 20. I could take the 20-pound item.
Okay, if I pass off the 20 pounds to Yaereene, and then can Miri and Richter reasonably split 29 pounds between the two of them?
Probably. I'm trying to. I need to find a calculator.
I'm only 3 pounds encumbered, so my strength is 13. So if I've got 10 times my strength, that's 130. So yeah, I can take on 20, no problem.
Okay, I'll split my pack between Richter and Miri, and then I can take both the tablets. Now I'm going to be heavily encumbered at that point, but it sounds like everybody is. So
Yep.
I will take those, and I will be in the lead with them.
So I have 82 pounds on me at the moment, and encumbered starts at 50 pounds because I only have a strength of 10.
Still better than me.
Yeah, so you've got like 17 pounds left before you're heavily encumbered.
Okay, so 17 pounds left before heavenly encumbered.
So we can do this, is what we've come to the conclusion of.
Yeah, it'll be slow going, but you can make it.
Okay, but yeah, we're going to need these tablets for some reason. We'll figure it out later. We're going upstairs. We'll get the cart. We'll gather whatever.
Slow down a little bit there.
Now that we're heavily encumbered.
Now, is there anybody that's slowed down to 10?
I'm heavily encumbered, whatever that slows me down to.
That reduces your speed by 20 feet.
Oh yeah, I'm down to 10.
Okay, so Tempus is going to be heavily encumbered too, so he's going to be at like 10 feet.
I think all of us are going to be at 10 feet. You can make the slow trombone playing as we walk. Bump, ba 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 bump, ba 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 bump.
Actually, I was hoping that only one person was going to be that slow, so I could use my long strider loot to speed them up.
No, we're all pretty slow.
I can always give up the giant stack of coins that I have, and that'll take me back under encumbered. But considering I got yelled at for breaking everyone's loot bag, I don't think that I want to suggest that just now.
Nope, we're gonna possibly need the coins later to purchase better equipment and stuff.
Out of game, I'm super sorry for doing that, everyone.
You couldn't, no. Don't stress. It was very in keeping with your character.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay, leading the way, walking down the hallway with the 2 tablets.
Okay. As you guys head down the hallway, you realize that the floor has resealed itself, and you get out to the other chamber with the pedestal and the 3 alcoves. And Tempus, you see that your bear trap was sprung, and there is black ichor around it, and also the rope trap was set off as well, but you just didn't hear it.
Well, that's most unfortunate.
Yeah, that seems about right. Can anyone take on an extra 25 pounds?
I can.
Can I track which direction the ichor is coming or going in?
It headed towards where you guys were in the room of light.
But then trailed off?
Yeah, it didn't go on for long.
So Clearly that thing passed through here. Must have been hurting a little bit when I hit it, but it clearly made its way out. Or it's around.
Well, in any event, Richter said that he could carry another 25 pounds, so I'd like him to take my bear trap just so I don't have to give it up, and we'll continue on our way.
I'd like to grab that circlet when we pass through the other alcoves.
Okay, you guys head up the stairs, slow as she goes. You get up to the secret door behind the throne, and you see your stuff still over the king's eyes and ears. Quick look in the alcoves shows that the circlet is gone.
Huh.
Do we know if ghouls produce blackacre, or could that be something else?
Give me what would that be? Survival check, I guess.
Good, I like those.
Yeah, you've noticed that the zombies and ghouls that you've fought in the past had that kind of coloring in their blood, so it makes sense that it was the ghoul that set off that trap.
Thank you.
I'd like to take a moment to unseal the statue, so like even just take the blindfold off, just in case there's something still down there that we don't want following us back.
Okay. The door seals shut.
That sounds like a good idea.
And then I'll also, since I went to look for the circlet, I'll point out to everyone that it's missing. And with that in mind, I'll go check where the amulet was as well and see if that's missing.
It's also missing.
Clearly someone wanted these things. So, I guess keep an eye out.
Okay.
Yeah. Did we cast identify? We didn't do identify on the longsword or the arrowheads
Or the box of the arrows.
or the box.
No.
Yaereene, keep an eye on those things you have.
I will. I was just waiting for us to have a moment or two to try and figure things out.
Understandable.
Well, why don't we at least make sure that we're all back upstairs and somewhere fairly comfortable before we figure things out?
Agreed.
Okay, you guys continue on. You go through the next room that has the 4 statues of the heroes of old for the elves, and you head upstairs. And up here is where you see things obviously went wrong. Jondalar's body is laying in an awkward position on the floor. His head has been cleaved in 2. And Miri and Tempus, you recognize the person who killed Jondalar upstairs is also laying on the floor, and you can see that he has been killed as well.
I am going to gently, respectfully, maybe even reverently, lay those slabs down on the ground carefully, then walk over and behead that some.
Okay.
Looting the body. What's he got on him?
It looks like he had probably been using a weapon that is no longer in his hands. You remember him using the longsword against Jondalar upstairs, and there's no sign of that. However, in a sack under his cloak, you do find a small book.
I'll toss that in Miri's general direction. Spit on the body, gently try to place the father's corpse back to rest. I'll take off my blanket kilt and wrap it around him and then try to put him deeper into an alcove, at which point I'm going to grab the body and snarl that he doesn't get to rest down here with the honored dead, and I'm going to recollect the tablets. Can somebody help me drag this scum back upstairs?
Leave him for now, Tempus. Ryan, are there any signs that the, I'm going to say, assassin was trying to keep the ghoul away from the body?
Upon further inspection of the body that Tempus has beheaded, you do find that there are what appear to be sharp claw marks that have slashed through his chest and back.
All right, I can only assume this man was trying to keep the ghoul out, but I know he killed Jondalar, but we can leave him here. something else is going on. We'll have to look at that book later.
At least we can leave him here at least for the moment. Tempus, take the tablets upstairs. I'm going to say a few more prayers to ensure Elder Morningson's safety. And
The fact he got cleaved tells me he could have been undead.
yes, I want to make sure that his soul will rest safely. Tempus, at least go guard the door, because why did you take your clothes off again? Go over there and guard the door. I'm going to say some prayers.
We should get out of here. There's too much death going on, and half of us are hurting.
They won't
I
take
agree.
long. Please, give me 1 minute.
You did your
to
prayers,
say
Miri. You can say
a
them
set
as we
of
walk.
prayers over
You
the
can say them as
both
we
of them.
walk. You can say them as we walk, Miri. This is part of the adventure you wanted to go on.
Out of curiosity, does the assassin smell like he was undead? Is he bleeding that terrible black ichor?
He is, yes. He appears to have been undead. Tempus, can you give me a Constitution saving throw, please?
So that would be a 1.
Yep. You are level 2 exhausted as your desire for water has gone just crazy at this point.
Cool. I'll pick up the slabs and continue walking.
No, you won't. Level 2 exhaustion halves your speed.
I'll pick up the slabs and stand there, weaving a little bit.
Tempus, are you okay?
I
No, he's not.
say a prayer and make a blessing mark on each of the dead people's foreheads, and
We
then
need water.
start moving. Yes,
Where,
we need
where are you
water.
going? Where are you
Upstairs.
going, Miri? We can't. Tempus can hardly carry those things.
All right, I start playing my lute and giving him a 10-foot speed.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. Tempus, what is your normal max speed?
My normal max speed is a 30. I don't have any barbarian goodies that give me more land speed as of yet.
Okay, so it goes down to 15 for the exhaustion, and then minus 20 for heavily encumbered, so minus 5. So yes, the loot would give
You can move.
5 movement speed.
Step, 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 step.
Something
Miri
is
is
very
going to
wrong.
take the lead. He's been asking for water. Obviously, he needs significantly more water. I will
He's
take the
been
lead.
asking for water since he opened that tomb.
Yes. Let's get back up to the main hall. We'll get him some water, and we'll see what we can figure out from there. I'll take the lead because I know this place better than anyone else.
Kichara, as you're playing your long strider lute, I'd like you to make a performance check, please. So while you're playing, you're kind of experimenting a little bit with the sound, and you come to the realization as you're playing that if you play in a certain pattern that sounds almost like you're playing 2 separate songs at once, the magic affects 2 people instead of 1.
Okay, who else is dragging their butt?
I am.
I throw the spell on her as well.
Okay, Yaereene, your speed increases by 10 feet as well.
Whew.
And you guys make your way very slowly through the first chamber and back upstairs into the old treasury. Where are you hoping to get to?
We're heading for the cart.
And water.
Maybe the kitchen first.
I was heading for the main room.
Okay, so that's the Great Hall. You guys do have to go through there, so you very slowly make your way to the Great Hall. Tempus, I would like a Constitution saving throw by the time you get there. And Ysmyr, your maximum hit points by this point have returned to normal.
Oh, thank God.
6 is the result from that Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Am I still at 1 hit point, though?
You're still at 1 hit point, but your maximum hit points are back to normal. It only lasted an hour And this has been a very, very long hour.
Longest hour of my life.
Tempus, you are at level 3 exhaustion, and you have disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws.
Now, correct me if I was wrong, but the main hall, like I think there was holes in the roof and there was like snow piling up around, right? Like I remember that we had to excavate snow and ice in order to get through to the treasury.
Yeah, the treasury room was filled with snow and ice. It no longer is because you guys cleared it out, and so that isn't an issue to get to the Great Hall, and the Great Hall is still fully intact.
First chance I get at any pile of snow or ice, I am jamming that down my mouth and ingesting it as quickly as I can.
That sounds about right. Okay. Yep, you grab some snow and just start chowing down, and it does help almost immediately.
I will pop back up with a jaunty smile and say, "See, nothing at all the matter."
Oh no, you're still level 3 exhausted.
See, nothing at all the matter.
Something's still the matter, Tempus.
No, it's not.
I think we need to take a long rest very soon.
Ugh,
Yes, I agree. I think
agree.
we need to start gathering things and prepare. We'll get whatever supplies we can gather from in here and take a long rest before we set off to find that Daystar.
The Great Hall, when you arrive, has been desecrated. The pews have been destroyed, the windows shattered, the doors ripped off the hinges so that cold air flows through here ceaselessly.
Is there anything left of this place at all?
Miri, we're going to try and stop whatever is doing this. I promise you that. But we need...
I know, it's just...
I know. What we can do now is focus on what we are doing and get those tablets where they need to go. But let's take it one step at a time. First thing is getting everyone rested and ready.
Let's go check the barn. We'll put the tablets into the cart and we'll draw some water from the well. Make sure our water skins are full
And that it's not contaminated,
and that it's not contaminated.
because there was that reference to blood in the well.
Okay, you guys drag yourselves out of the Great Hall into winter. The weather is okay. It's overcast, but not snowing. As you drag yourselves out into the night, outside the doors, you see a single man dressed in blackened armor, holding a torch in his hand, and he's just staring at you as you come out.
Do I recognize him as the ghoul?
No.
I'm going to set whatever excess I'm carrying down and step forward a bit and address him and just ask, who are you?
Yeah, I'm dropping stuff too.
Okay. He just chuckles. Urus was correct. I see he left you in awful shape. Pity, I would have enjoyed a challenge. And he draws a longsword from his hip. Initiative.
That sounds good.
I could use some healing before we get started.
That puts me down as a 2 in the initiative.
We're rolling great.
And I don't have any magic, and... Oh,
Okay, Yaereene, you're up first.
Can I fire an arrow at him?
You sure can.
Okay, I'm just remembering how to do that. Wow!
Yeah, that arrow just flies right past him, missing completely. Is there anything else you're going to do on your turn?
I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on him as a bonus action.
Okay, and what does that do again?
I choose a creature that I can see within range and mystically mark it as my quarry. I should have done that first. Until the spell ends, I deal an extra 1d6 damage to the target whenever I hit it with a weapon attack. And I have an advantage on wisdom, perception, or any wisdom survival checks I make to find it. If it drops below 0 hit points before it ends, I can use a bonus action on a subsequent turn to mark a new creature.
Okay. Well, we can say that you did that before your attack, but the attack missed anyway, so it doesn't make a difference. And that's concentration up to an hour. Okay.
Yes.
Anything else?
No, not at this point in time. Because I can only shoot one arrow, right?
Right.
Okay, I'm good then.
Okay, Tiara, you are up next.
Okay, I'm going to do another bardic inspiration as a bonus action. I'm going to lay that on Tempus. So that's a 1d6 you can use for a ability, attack, or saving throw.
Okay.
Then I am going to do a dissonant whispers on Chuckles, and that is a wisdom 13 saving throw.
He fails. What happens to him?
15 points of damage.
Ow!
I like that he's named Chuckles.
Next up is Ysmyr.
Okay, so first thing she's going to do is cast Armor of Agathis on herself. That lasts for an hour. A protective magical force surrounds you, manifesting as a spectral frost that covers you and your gear. You gain 5 temporary... Oh, it's at second level, so I get 10 temporary hit points.
Good call.
And if a creature hits you with a melee attack while you have these hit points, the creature takes, at second level, 10 cold damage.
Nice.
And then as a bonus action, she will cast Hexblade's Curse on it as well. If he's within 30 feet. Is he within 30 feet?
He is 25 feet away from Ysmyr.
Then he is cursed. With that, just a quick run. He's cursed for 1 minute. I gain a bonus to damage rolls against that target. Any attack roll I make against him is critical at 19 or 20. And if they die, I get some hit points back.
Nice. Okay, anything else on your turn?
And I'm going to, I'll say move 10 feet to the right of the group so we're not bundled together. But I'm still close.
Okay, sounds good. Next up is Chuckles. Tempus, does a 16 hit you?
Beg pardon, that's directed at me. 16 will hit me.
Okay. Can you make a Constitution saving throw DC 10, please?
Hell yes, I can.
Yay! Then you only take 4 points of slashing damage. Please make another saving throw, same.
Nope, that time I don't make it.
Okay, you take 6 points of poison damage and 4 points of slashing damage. And then it goes to Miri's turn.
Okay, how far away is this guy?
He is right in front of Tempus, and you are right behind Tempus.
Well, I don't have a weapon with reach except for my crossbow. And my magic's not working, right?
You can try it.
I'm not going to waste my turn on the option of my on the possibility of my magic working.
Okay, well, you won't know if it's working or not if you don't try it.
Yep.
Tough choices to make. Sometimes it's worth it.
All right. I am going to step to the side, pull up my crossbow, and shoot him.
Are you going to go left or right?
Which direction is everybody else?
I went right.
Then I'll go left.
Okay, you can make your attack.
Do I hit him?
Nice. Yeah, that's a critical hit. So you're going to roll double your damage dice plus your dex modifier.
So I hurt him.
Yep, you definitely scored a hit on him. Now it is Tempus's turn.
Tempus is tired, and Tempus is thirsty, and Tempus is maybe even just a little bit grumpy. Not that he'd ever admit it, because he is a stoic and we don't talk about feelings in this tribe. So I am going to rage. Do I have advantage from any of my friends flanking with this hoser?
You are the only one standing beside him, so no.
Reckless attack for a straight attack, then. Coming at him with a 13.
Your halberd dings off of his armor. No damage.
That's my turn.
Okay, we'll go back up to the top of the order. Yaereene.
I'm going to try and shoot him again.
Okay. That's a hit.
So for a total of 9 damage.
Okay, he's still up. Are you doing anything else on your turn?
I think the only thing I can do on a bonus action is my hunter's mark. So I think no.
Sounds good. Katiara, you're up next.
Okay. I'm gonna hit him again with dissonant whispers. So he's got to make a 13 wisdom saving throw.
He passes.
All right. I'm going to hold my reaction. That's my turn.
He still takes half damage from a successful save, doesn't he?
I don't think so with that. It didn't look like it from the way that I read it.
You're using dissonant whispers?
Failed save, it takes 3d6. Yeah. Half as much. Okay, yeah.
Successful save, the target takes half as much and doesn't have to move away from the caster.
I hadn't realized that he was supposed to move away last time, so we'll just keep that in mind for future failures.
Okay, so he takes 6 more damage. Hell, I'm doing not bad. 21 on him.
Yeah, that's more than half the damage that's been dealt by the party so far. Ysmyr, you're up.
Okay. I just want to double check this. Can I cast something like Eldritch Blast and then cast a bonus action spell?
Yeah, you can cast a full action cantrip and a bonus action spell with a level attached to it.
Okay, then first she's going to cast Hex on him as a bonus action. So until the spell ends, I deal an extra 1d6 necrotic to the target whenever I hit with an attack. And then he has disadvantage on... Anyone have any votes on what disadvantage on ability checks I should give him?
Strength.
Or what? Sorry, Dissonant Whispers. What's the save on there?
It's wisdom.
I think I'll actually go with wisdom. Sorry, Tempus. So he has disadvantage on wisdom checks.
Okay.
No problem.
And then I'm going to shoot at him with Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Your Eldritch Blast pings with his armor. Can you what?
Oh, you got it out before me, but I was going to say I have an inspiration.
Yeah, you can... Wait. I think that inspiration needs to be called before the attack roll is made.
That's
unless you mean like KTR inspiration, Bardic inspiration, then you can add that.
No, I have the one you gave me.
Okay. Then no, that's just a miss with that Eldritch Blast.
That's fine. And I'm 10 feet away, so I think I'm good for the moment.
Okay. He takes steps around Tempus so that he is not flanked by Tempus and Miri, but between them still. And he's going to attack both of you. Tempus, does a 15 hit you?
Yep.
Okay, I need a Constitution saving throw.
I'm raging now. I need to look up if that gives me advantage on it.
I think it's only strength saves, but I'm not 100% sure.
You are correct.
Don't forget you've got my Bardic inspiration if you don't like the roll.
The lower roll, I get to add 4, so I'm coming in at 11, which means I beat his poison. I'm going to be using your roll next turn.
So he deals 9 slashing damage to you, but you're raging, so I think you take half that, right?
Correct.
Miri, I know a 21 hits.
I'm going to use my last Bardic inspiration for cutting words. Let me roll my 1d6. That's still a 17. Does that hit, Miri?
My AC is 18.
So it did work. Yay!
So that's a miss.
I also have a shield, but I don't remember what the rules are about how the shield works.
The shield just gives you 2 to your armor class, so as long as you're using your shield, you get that. Can you get... just a second, I have to check. Oh no, the light crossbow is two-handed, so you didn't have your shield. That does hit still. Please make a Constitution saving throw.
If my AC is 18, my AC is 18, right?
No, not if you're... That includes your shield as your armor class. If you're using a two-handed weapon, you can't be using your shield at the same time. So your armor class drops by 2. Okay, you take 4 slashing damage.
You're the tank right now, Miri.
Yeah, and it is Miri's turn.
Okay, obviously the crossbow is just effing me up. So I'm gonna drop that and pull out my mace and my shield.
Okay, that'll be your action because you can take out one item for free. But if you're engaging with two different items, then you have to use your action to use an item.
But you still have bonus action and movement.
Yeah.
Okay, I can shift over so that I'm across from Tempus.
Yep.
And then I don't think I have anything I can do with a bonus action.
Yeah, probably not.
Unless I can, like, try casting light.
I think light is an action.
Do you have a bonus action spell?
I don't know. Most of my spells have not been working.
I mean to test if you're going to do it anyway.
I know. I haven't looked at my spells in a while because none of them have been working.
Okay, we're just going to move on then and go to Tempus.
Miri's giving me the flank, so that'll cancel out my disadvantage. Let's make this a reckless attack, swinging at advantage. Higher result is a 17 to hit.
That misses, bouncing off of his armor again.
Sadness is mine. Next go.
Yaereene, you're up.
I will try and hit him again.
That's a hit.
Woohoo! For an additional 12 damage.
All right. He's still up, but he doesn't look like he'll be up much longer. Katiara, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to hit him with a second level Dissonant Whispers. Still a 13 save.
He has disadvantage on wisdom.
Oh, good thing he did. He fails.
Okay, and that's 4d6 with a second level.
Yeah, he goes down.
Woo!
And you get some hit points back, right?
Oh, I do, yes.
As he goes down, he chuckles.
Oh, let's take his head off.
Yeah, I'm taking that liberty right now.
Okay. You do note that his blood is red.
Oh.
I'll give it a taste.
Ew.
It tastes human, I guess.
I'll inform the party that he was definitely a human.
Oh, what the hell is wrong with people?
Loot the body.
Yeah, he's got the longsword that he was using, shield, and scale mail armor. And scale mail is sized to fit human.
I might be interested in that scale mail. Hold on a sec.
In the meantime, I'm going to go check on our mules and cart.
Don't go by yourself. Stay together. Please stay together.
So paranoid.
Yes?
I wonder why.
I'll go with them.
I can't imagine why. You guys, well, make a survival check.
All of us?
Sure. You guys note that there are some footprints heading off towards the derelict buildings that make up the village. But when you arrive at the barn where you left the mules, there are no footprints in that direction. And inside you find two very hungry mules.
But they're alive! We could take the mules and the cart up to the temple and load it. That might be easier.
Yes, that's probably a good idea. Let's get the mules hooked up to the cart. Well, let's feed the mules, then hook them up to the cart. No, let's feed the mules while we fill the cart with what we've already got with us. Then we'll hook the fed mules up to the cart, bring it up, and gather whatever we can.
And we should check where those footprints go.
After the mules are fed and the water casks are all filled.
You get the food out of the cart for the mules. They eat greedily. And you guys get it set up, get the cart off to the temple, and load up all this stuff that you've been carrying out of the catacombs.
Ryan, I have an extra set of leather armor that I'm going to take off and put in the cart.
Okay.
I'll throw those rations of Tempus's in there too. He can grab them later.
Rolls. What's going on there?
Oh, I was opening up the treasure table because there was also 11 gold coins on that guy that you just killed.
Okay, so everybody, thanks for the game. Is there anything else we need to do before people start dropping?
I would like to take a minute to cry about the lost bag of holding, because that's a little bit disappointing.
You
Yeah.
didn't know it was going to explode.
I'm not even going to tell you what was in it.
Oh, I was just going to ask if you were going to torment us with that, and I couldn't decide whether I wanted the answer to be yes or no.
Ryan, I deserve to be sad. I would really like you to tell me what was in that bag.
The bag of holding had the maximum weight of coins in it, with 23,000 copper pieces, 1,800 silver, 180 gold, and 20 platinum.
I kind of figured once it was heavy, it was like, oh, that thing's full.
Well, no, a bag of holding always weighs 15 pounds, whether it's full or empty.
Oh.
It has like a 500-pound weight limit, though, so I figured out how many coins that would be and loaded it up.
Okay, so we didn't jettison the MacGuffin that will help us kill the big bad, so I'm feeling slightly less bad about it.
But we could have lived richly.
Well, let's get back to town and see just how much of a rich lifestyle we can have in the next adventure.